Welcome to another edition of the Inside Scoop. My name is Neil Crawford. I'm your host and also the founder of Anytime Soccer Training. This is going to be a quick state of the Anytime Soccer Training program based on updates we have made since some of my previous shows where I offered recommendations on where parents and coaches should get started. But before we jump into the blocking and tackling, let me give a bit of background. When my sons were really young, I saw they were behind the other kids and I wanted to help them get better. Unfortunately, I did not grow up playing soccer, did not touch a soccer ball until my sons got into it. So I really didn't know where to start. And like most parents, what do? You go on YouTube, you find drills, you write them down, you try to show it to them, and you build your own sessions. And guess what? That worked. They did get better, but that came at a cost. It came at a cost for my time because I spent a lot of time doing a lot of research instead of doing stuff. And they were so reliant on me. They would get frustrated and I would have to stop and start. It just wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be, right? But even if you did grow up playing the game and you knew exactly what you wanted them to do, right? Who has 5,000 training videos twirling around in their head or 5,000 training sessions twirling around in their head that follow a slow progression? But even if you did have that in your head, it's in your head, not your children's head. So they would still be reliant on you to communicate this information. But even if you had this amazing kid who wanted to do all this stuff on their own, didn't need you, they just go in the backyard and practice, I still saw that there was an opportunity to give them more structure and a program that they could do in parallel with whatever else they're doing that would be more effective. And so that's why we created Anytime Soccer Training, to allow our kids to have a bit of structure in a systematic way, but at the same time also have a degree of autonomy that's bolts on top of whatever else they do. So for my kids, it might look like 15 minutes of Anytime Soccer Training and then an hour and a half of free play or something like that. All right. So in previous episodes, I really wanted to hammer home that parents should just trust the process and follow the videos in order, because the systematic nature of the videos would allow the child to develop the skill at their own pace and build a degree of autonomy. And what I was trying to explain back then is the program has 5,000 training videos. Those videos are organized by skill areas. For example, ball mastery is a skill area. And those skill areas have programs such as the 1,000 touch, one cone, two cone, and so forth. And those programs have folders, and those folders have videos. And you just crank through them, and you know what you get done, you know what you have done because you see the green check, and you go until you see a red X. So the updates that we have made thus far is we still keep that same principle, but we package the all programs area into many programs that fit the needs of the individual. For example, quick sessions are literally quick sessions. There are 4 skill areas per quick session organized in a single folder. But the beauty of it is it still follows that same progression. So this quick session has juggling, dribbling, wall passing, and ball mastery, right? And if you look here closely, the first wall passing drill is inside foot passing with only your right foot. Well, if you go to the next quick session, it's going to be inside foot passing with only your left foot, but it gives you that variety of skills in one folder so that the parent doesn't have to do any work combining stuff. Another area that we've added are the weekly plans. These are, as the name implies, weekly folders, but they're organized by skill area. Ball mastery is a skill area. Dribbling is a skill area. Well, this is important because some people, they only want to do certain skill areas. So this gives them the flexibility to build their weekly plans based on the skill areas that they want to focus on. But here's the beauty of it. Each week introduces a different aspect of that skill or a different program. So for example, in dribbling, week 1 dribbling is freestyle dribbling, Ronaldinho dribbling. Week 2 is figure 8 dribbling. Week 3 is, I think it's line cone dribbling or something like that. So you get that variety we talked about, you get the variation we talked about, but you're also able to get the volume because each folder kind of still does a lot of the same stuff so that the child is not overwhelmed. It just adds a slight twist to each video. So the Ronaldinho freestyle will do freestyle dribbling with the right foot, then freestyle dribbling with the left, then freestyle dribbling with both. And you work through that week. And then the next week, when you do dribbling, let me just pull this up. The next week, it figure eights, right? And so they'll understand the figure eight, they'll get it, and they'll plow through it. All right. So that's the weekly plans. But you also have 30-day plans. This is perfect for our older kids or more experienced kids who don't have a lot of time and they just want to take their game to the next level in 30 days. You can pick the 30-day plan you want to do, whether it be 1v1s, moves, or passing, or one cone ball mastery, or advanced juggling, or line cone dribbling, you name it. We try to create a 30-day plan, but we also have beginner 30-day plans as well. And a lot of people get their heads around this. This is more of a goal-oriented thing. They can get their heads around the 30-day plans, and they really, really like them. Now, you don't see it in this video, but next week we're adding due dates. So that will add a sense of, it's a due date. They'll add a sense of urgency as well. So you can add a 30-day due date or whatever due date you want to a folder, which would be pretty cool. All right. You have custom training plans. These are like the essential things. If you came to me because a user asked once, Neil, if I only could do 10 ball mastery drills, what do you recommend? And I, in retrospect, didn't have a great answer for him, but now I do, right? So these are the essential videos for each skill area, along with some of our top 10 this, top 10 that, the same kind of thing you would see on YouTube. But the difference between this and YouTube is, again, every video is 100% follow along, follows a slow progression, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we talked about the custom training plans, and then you can create your own training plan. So what I do with my youngest son, and my older son for that matter, is I've created 2 folders for them, my training sessions and the after school rebound. My younger son knows that he needs to do 2 rebounder videos after school each day. And all I do is go to the rebounder folder in the all programs area. Let me just do that really quickly so we're crystal clear. So I go to the all programs area. I go to wall passing, right? And then I find the folder, and then I find the ones that he has not done. And I know that because of the green and red X. Then if you look here, you see how they're already chosen. I find one that's gray. I click that folder and I want to add it to his rebounding session. And I would do that for the week. And then he would know that's what he needs to knock out. And I'm going to show you where those are at. I also do that when we do a longer training session. I just build his training session before we go, and then I just knock out those videos in that folder. So you can create all your custom training sessions. And then if someone creates a custom training session that you're interested in, you can find it right here as well. All right. So, and you can also do your key skills. So if you're looking for a specific move, you can go straight to here. You can search for it, or you can hit the tag features, and you can find that folder. And to make it super, super easy for you guys, we added quick links. So all the sections that we just talked about, you can pin to your quick links by just going to that section and clicking the bookmark, and it will turn green, and then it's right here. So we have redesigned the program to keep our mission intact, which is following a slow progression that helps kids build autonomy and skill at home in a way that is autonomous. And now you can find the skills that you're looking for. And the way you get that volume is because, again, it introduces one move at a time. So it still does that in some instances so that they could just own it for 5 minutes and they just plow through this stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm Neil Crawford. I'm the host of the show and also the founder of Anytime Soccer Training. And let's get better together.